Get ready to feel the power. This Bronco exhaust upgrade will completely transform your driving experience. Trust me.
Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. I'm Addie, aka The Monkey.
And I'm Nick, aka Dad.
Today we're going to be installing and reviewing the MBPR exhaust for our Bronco.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of research, and this is a company that I've been wanting to purchase their exhaust and just didn't find the right time really to do it until it went on sale, and I thought this is the right time. You know, this exhaust and their company is known for deep, aggressive sound and improved performance. So first, we'll walk you through the installation process. It's a straightforward job that can be done in your own garage with some basic tools. Just follow along as we show you step by step how to remove the old exhaust and then install the new MBRP system.
Once the exhaust is installed, it's time to take it for a test drive. As soon as you start the engine, you can hear the difference in the sound. The deep rumble is sure to turn heads wherever you go.
All right, well, we've got everything laid out here, everything you get in the box, your clamps, we've got some serrated nuts, a couple other plates for hangers, our instructions, along with the sticker they send you, the actual tailpipe, muffler, and then your axle piece. So it'll obviously go over your axle, mid pipe, and front pipe. Kind of laid it all out. If you do have a two-door, you still get the same kit, but you actually shows in the instructions you have to cut the front pipe by a little bit to make it work for a two-door. But there is our exhaust system. And like I said, we're going to start by taking off the old one first from basically back to front, and then this one will go in front to back. So let's get started. So we'll start deconstruction back here. Remove the muffler from the isolators that they have. We've got one here on the passenger side and then over here on the driver's side. And then remove the clamp as well, which will then remove the muffler. This now goes over the axle from the factory, goes all the way up front, and then reattaches up there as well. So now we'll take that off, and the little piece that actually is connected to the frame, we'll remove that whole piece and put it onto the new exhaust system. And as we move forward underneath the axle here, we've got another isolator up here that we'll have to slide that off of. Okay, so I got my can WD-40 out and actually sprayed some into some of these rubber isolators just to help them slide off a little bit better. And looking at the nuts that they actually have on here to hold the clamps in place, look like it's a 15 millimeter, which is the same as what the kit comes with as well as far as its bands. So we'll get these off and then go from there. Well, the nice thing about this exhaust is that it is made of 304 stainless steel, so hopefully it'll last. That's the reason I bought it, because in Illinois we have so much salt on the roads. I've already started spraying down the nuts with WD-40 to try to get them break loose, and I'm breathing heavy because I've already been up the front, because there's only 2 clamps on the whole factory system, and the front one's up by the catalytic converters, and that are really tough. I got one off and I'm letting the other one soak in WD-40 for right now. But yeah, even with my air wrench, it is not coming off. So gonna let it soak for a little bit. We'll continue on here at the back and get everything off up until that point. Hopefully by the time I get there, we'll be able to get off pretty easy. Well, it's been about, 30 or 40 minutes already, and finally got the isolators on the muffler taken off. So I thought, well, I'll just take all the isolators off. The mid one, the one that's just over the axle, actually started to tear. Trying to get a screwdriver through the bottom and then kind of, trying to wedge it out, basically, get some leverage to slide it over the nub at the end. But the other thing I'm fighting is right here. This clamp is, the bolt's off, but it is not letting loose. So I've hit it with a dead blow hammer, just a little 2-pound one, put a dent in the muffler already, but I don't care. But man, it is not sliding out. Like, Ford really got this in there. And here's another reason to get rid of this, just because this thing is not stainless steel. We've got rust going all the way up, and it's making it really hard to get these out. I mean, a bolt up front is a bolt up front right where the converter's at, it's still not coming off, and I've hit it with the impact wrench a bunch of times and then got WD-40 over it. So I think the next thing is get the propane torch out, heat up that bolt or the nut, and just see if we can get that thing off. But so far, this is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Just having this exhaust system on here for almost 3 years now, just doesn't want to come off. So we'll keep going. Sorry for the wind. It has been picking up. It seems like we've got a storm rolling in here pretty soon, but we're going to try to get this done. This is our problem child bolt right here, this nut. You can see this is where your catalytic converter and the two down pipes come together. This one took a little bit of WD-40 and the impact wrench, but this one I sprayed a ton of WD-40 on. Use the impact wrench and still no go, and it's starting to round a little bit. So I can't believe after just 3 years though we've got so much rust already on this exhaust system. I would have thought Ford probably would have done a little bit better job, but here in Illinois we get salt during our winters and that, so we're just having to deal with this. We're going to add a little heat to it, hopefully with a propane torch, and see how it goes from there. Again, sorry for the wind. We got him off finally. I want to thank my dad because I didn't have a propane torch. Adding some heat to it, and then he also had this really nice little socket set, this super sockets. I don't know where he got it from, but had the 15 millimeter that I needed, and just using a 1/2 inch ratchet with that 15 millimeter socket for getting rounded off sockets off. A lot of shoulder and bicep training today, so may not work out at all today, but finally got it off. Now we just got to get the whole system off, because even the clamped areas, there's only I think 2 areas that are clamped, and neither of them are coming loose. It's really, the factory exhaust is almost a one piece. Maybe it's only one clamp, and that's where the muffler is attached to the main pipe. So I'm gonna have to take it off in one unit here, and I'll put them side by side and show you the difference, especially in weight. So the saga continues. I thought that the flange nuts that were in the kit were to replace the ones that came off the front pipe that's connected to the catalytic converter. They are not. They are M8s. These are M10 1.5s. And since the one is basically rounded off, I need to get new ones. So we're going to head to the hardware store and get those. And then also I'm going to put some anti-seize on those bolts. So in the future, I'm not planning on ever taking this exhaust off again, but if we ever need to, hopefully it'll be a little bit easier. But yeah, if you are replacing these are M10 1.5s. So go to the hardware store, get us some stainless steel ones, put some anti-seize on them. All right, so finally got the exhaust off. You can see here's the MBRP, and then here's the stock exhaust. Yeah, they're all pretty much the same length. I just don't have this connected yet. Biggest thing though is look at the size of the stock muffler versus our aftermarket. This will definitely make a little bit more sound. Should free up the exhaust a little bit too, be a little bit more free flowing, but that right there feels like it weighs, 50, 60 pounds all by itself. So should save us some weight too. So I don't know if fuel economy is going to come into play here, but performance definitely will. Yeah, and I'm thinking, looking at the tubes themselves, yeah, this is a 3-inch, and what Ford has, I'm not quite sure here. Let me get a tape measure out and let's take a look. So yeah, look at this. Looks at Ford's stock exhaust is about 2.5 inches. So we're going to gain a 1/2 inch of volume to be exhausted with the new one, and that's over, you're talking almost 5 feet here. So yeah, should be able to flow a little bit better and sound a little bit better. So let's get the MBRP put on. Or maybe we should just run it like this. pretty sure my wife was not impressed with that. So might be a little bit loud for her. All right, so we kind of quit last night. The storm started getting pretty bad and getting really windy. So just stopped until we got to today and got working on it. I did weigh out the difference between the stock exhaust and the MBRP exhaust, and you save about 5 pounds. I mean, the stock exhaust came in about 35 pounds. It was like 25 pounds for the muffler alone, and then 10 pounds for about for the piping. And then also just gathered up all the pipes of the MBRP exhaust, and it came in about 30 pounds. So yeah, weighed it all out. So you got 5 pounds of savings there in weight, and then a better flow, so you have better performance as well. So let me show you here though. We've got most of it installed, and I'll just show you kind of how I went about getting it done. All right, and there's the front pipe here. I do see some people online or on YouTube saying you need to remove that. I did not remove that location there. I basically put the pipe and its support right into it, and then tighten down the new flange nuts I've got. I actually did put some anti-seize on it as well before I put those new flange nuts on. So hopefully that'll keep it from rusting in the future, make it easier to take off, even though I'm not planning on taking it ever off again. So I just put the pipe on, left that bracket on again. I did tighten that down, but then the rest of my piping, which you've got a clamp here, this runs back and over the axle. You've got another clamp here, one on the other side right before the muffler, and then one for your tailpipe. All of those I left loose so I could, move these in and out from one another just to get the clearance I wanted. You want to make sure that you don't have this pipe hitting anywhere like near the axle or even the bottom of the pan. And then we've got it coming around here over the other axle. There's our other clamp there that goes into the muffler and then out to the tailpipe. Now then you've got all of these isolators as well. You want to lubricate those real well with WD-40 to slide in all your mounts, and then just gives you some flexibility keeping those clamps loose to get it all situated. I kind of like where we've got ours at, so we're going to tighten everything down and finish this up. Well, driving through town was nice, but now we're outside here of town and thought we'd do a 0 to 60 so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. So we'll record while we're driving. Let's do this. Well, I'm hoping the audio is coming through okay, just because it is a pretty windy day, and with the microphone being underneath our Bronco, does make a little bit of a challenge with the wind going underneath it. But yeah, I'm hoping it comes through and you can hear the difference between a stock exhaust and what you get with the MBRP exhaust. I'm really impressed so far. That was fun. Let's do it again. All right, well, we've had our fun showing you what the MBRP exhaust for a Bronco sounds like with a 2.7. Let's get back to the garage and we'll give you our final thoughts. Wow, that test drive was so much fun. We were driving around town, did some outside of town, obviously you saw. So on the road, the MBRP exhaust delivers on its promise of improved performance. The throttle response is sharper, and the Bronco feels more powerful than it did before. It's a pretty noticeable upgrade that any Bronco owner, I think, would appreciate.
Overall, we're really impressed with the MBRP exhaust for the Bronco. It not only looks good, but it sounds amazing and enhances the performance of the vehicle.
Yeah, so if you're looking to upgrade your Bronco's exhaust over the stock one, I definitely, and we highly recommend giving the MBRP system a try. Hey, thanks for watching our install and review of the MBRP exhaust for the Bronco. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more automotive content. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. See you in the next video.
Bye!